Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with some more 1078 Medieval Wars for Total War Attila. And we were successfully able to bait the Welsh kingdom of, I think it's Glywysing, into attacking us rather than holing up in their settlement. And they do outnumber us quite a bit, but we have, I think, superior, at least superior cavalry. I think their spear units are actually better than our spear units. And they do have some pretty solid infantry, but they have very few archers and no cavalry. So, well, one unit of cavalry. One of these generals is, yeah, he is. The other one is heavy infantry. So, let's, before we jump into this battle, can we scout the terrain? Is this ever gonna load? I am running this with OBS, so the game is a little bit slower than if I were to run it with Shadow Play. But the sound quality is significantly better, so kind of a trade-off there. So this is not really a map that... I mean, I guess we don't want to be fighting them at a choke point because they have numbers on their side, which a choke point would normally, you know, work well if you were facing a superior force. But they have a lot more infantry than we do, so if we were to fight in this little claustrophobic space, I imagine that their heavy infantry would eventually overcome my lighter infantry. So what I'll probably do is, well, you know what, let's just jump into the battle and I'll explain it as we go. Alright guys, so essentially what the plan is here is we're going to have our archers harass them as they try to cross this little, or ford this little spot in the river. And then we're going to try to lure them into this more open area. This may even be too close, I'm not sure, but obviously our cavalry can't fight in such an enclosed space, so we're going to try to draw them forward, again harassing them with archers the entire time, and then we'll draw them into our forces here. Our cavalry can then flank around on either side. I may send them further up and wider just to give them a little bit of space, but while they're sort of working their way over here, I'll explain my formation. So we have the spear militia along the front, sort of serving as just like fodder. That's what the enemy will hit first. Then we have our sergeants here. If we had finished recruiting, I would have put the knightly foot retinue right here in the center. But we don't have them, so I'm having the general hold that spot. And then on either flank, we have the bill sergeants that are going to protect us from enemy cavalry. Now, they don't really have any cavalry, so that's not too much of an issue here. But that's why they're out there, is to protect our flanks from cavalry. And then I've got one mounted sergeant and one knight on either flank. I put the mounted sergeants further forward, assuming they would be chasing down skirmishers and whatnot, whereas the knights are for, you know, causing shock morale damage to engaged enemy troops. So that's the plan. Whether or not it'll work, we'll certainly find out. But they have to come to me at this point because they did attack. So if the timer runs out, then we win, or they have to retreat or whatever. So yeah, I guess I'll just be kind of waiting it out. It looks like they want to have an archer battle, which I don't think is going to go particularly well for them. But we'll see. Alright, so the enemy is finally starting to cross. We are raining down fire arrows on them. And hopefully we can deal some pretty considerable damage before they get to the other side. We'll see. I mean, we may not have a whole lot of luck here. But, yeah, you can see the frame rate of these guys is not particularly great, because there's so many units on this battlefield already. If you archers would like to just open up on them, that'd be great. Problem is these guys are fairly resilient to arrows, given that they have shields. You think they'd take more morale damage, but no, they're pretty eager, which is concerning. So you guys are going to need to back up a little bit. Oh no, they're starting to go. Let them have another one. Come on. Fire, fire, fire. You can break them right here. Damn it. Come on, time to go. Time to go. Well, that was a waste. They didn't really get anything done. I'm going to retreat them all the way back. So now we have to fight them the old-fashioned way. I don't like these spear militia because they can't do any sort of formation, which makes them a bit useless. But we'll try to upgrade them eventually. I wanted something cheap up front that can take a little bit of missile fire and not completely shatter. But yeah, we are drawing them in, and that's exactly what we want to do. Where the hell are you going? You're gonna run right into them. I need to turn that off because the AI just isn't smart enough to navigate. There we go. Okay, so they're gonna go right there. You guys can go hit them. Those are spears though, so be careful. That might be enough to break them. And of course they're immediately going for my flank. I guess that's smart of them. So what I'll probably end up doing is pushing forward here to trap them. Yeah, I'm gonna need to. So let's have you guys get over here. I need you to... Hold on. I want to make sure I'm setting my formations properly. So I want you to be there. I'll toggle that again. And then let's get you guys to about here. That is going to leave some gaps, unfortunately, because these guys are here. But, you know, what can you do? I guess I could rotate these guys over. I don't trust them to be able to move effectively through there, though. They're almost assuredly going to get caught on something. But you know what? We'll try it. So let's see. If I send you there to there and then do something like that, I should be able to fit you in right about there. And that should keep our spacing pretty effectively, and then you guys can move on over to there. I'll shift you guys down to, say, here. I'm not sure which side they're going to go on yet. And then you guys can rotate forward to fill this gap. And then we'll just make sure our cavalry is far enough back to where they're not threatened. And that should work.
Our general is being attacked. Keep him alive.
Well, pull out then. Get out of there. And get out of the stupid diamond formation too. You guys need to set up and set up quick. Okay, we got there just in time. You guys do not want to be caught midway like that. Let's see. I'm going to have you guys see if you can hit them before they get into position. I might want to do the same thing over here. I got to watch out for those. They're not pikes. I think they're like bill hooks or something. They're very similar to the ones that we have. Probably like a it's like a Volge or like a glaive or something. I don't know. It's a pole arm. So really, if my archers were intelligent, they would be firing at those guys. But that might be a little bit too much to ask. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Again, I don't want to be charging them. I want to deal missile damage to them. But I don't want them to flank anybody I charge in as well. But I'm going to go for it over here. Yeah, see. They're still trying to get around our flank. You guys did not do your jobs very well. So get out there. And then I need you to set up. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go here. And then I want you to go there. No. Okay, well, it's not going to let me do that, so just get out for now. Okay, get out of your formation and run. Thank you. Those spears are breaking. That's good. If we can get both of them onto the swords, that would be fantastic. Let's see. I'm probably going to need you on... I don't know, to be honest. Well, you know what? You can hit them right there. Let's have you guys spread out to fill that. Gonna keep them in reserve for a little bit longer. I don't want to commit them until I know where their archers are. Let's have you form up here. Okay, move a little bit faster. You guys are killing me right now. But yeah, I don't want to commit my cavalry yet. You know what? Knights, get in there. We're gonna cause some trouble with our knights. We can always pull them back. But I'm gonna have you hit some swordsmen in the flanks. And then we'll maybe cycle charge them in here. General, I need you to rally these guys. Yeah, get in there. So probably have to pull them out pretty quickly here, because they don't do all that well in sustained combat, but those axe bombardiers are getting slaughtered, so I'll let them go a little bit longer. Let's see, I need you guys firing at the incoming units now, since those guys are already breaking. Here come the enemy archers, so this is where we're going to start committing our men-at-arms, or our, not men-at-arms, our mounted sergeants. Alright, time for you to get out of there. You guys should be able to break them pretty effectively. I'm going to need to pull them out and send them back in to deal with this mess, so go ahead and rotate out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I need you guys firing at them since they came back. And that should be fine. Get out, get out, get out. And then come back right here. And that should break them. I'm going to need something to break over here. General, I don't know if you're doing much over there. I might want to get you out. Yeah, you know what? Pull back. Okay. So they've left their archers completely exposed. That's where you guys come in. I might have to send the knights in there, unfortunately. I mean, I wanted the knights to help out with the infantry, but, you know, as long as they're doing something productive. Alright, get out of there, get out of there. Come back here. No, 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 don't do that. Just get out. Who's breaking? Oh, wow, that's a big gap in my line. So what I need is I need you guys to just rain fire on them. And, yeah, don't shoot into the melee, if you wouldn't mind. Let's see, get out of that, and I just need you to be killing something. And as soon as we can clear this mess up over here, I'll send those guys in, but until then, they kind of have to hang back. General, come over here.
Our men return to the fight.
Good. I need you right here, right now. I need you to plug that gap. Okay, so there go their archers. Some of the archers are trying to get away over here, so I am going to try to catch them. I don't want you both caught up in that fight. That's a waste. So get over here. They're breaking, so yeah, engage them. Don't get caught up in that. Well, yeah, break them and then move on. Let's see, knights, I want you over here. Sergeants, I want you going after those archers. They're pretty spread out, so I think we'll do a lot of damage though. Or we'll do a lot of damage there even though they are spearmen. One of you guys needs to get out of there.
Our men run from the enemy.
Yeah, well, it happens. So you guys are of no use to me there. So get over here. And I'll have you close that flank. You know what? You guys can start wrapping around. May as well. I think that flank is pretty secure. Okay, so you're free. Why don't you come hit these guys in the back? That would be pretty useful.
The enemy have rallied their units.
Ah, bastards. Okay, you broke them, so get over here. Yeah, hit them, knights. That's what I like to see. You guys need to be retreating now. Yeah, I'll put everybody on skirmish, and they're just gonna have to fend for themselves. Okay, why don't you cycle charge? And I'm actually gonna have you sort of envelop them. Okay, get in there, get in there, get in there. Surprisingly, the knights are winning that, even though they have pole arms, so I guess I'll just leave them in there. Knights, see what you can do here. Normally I wouldn't, but I think it'll be fine. And now that we've got most of them enveloped, I think we're going to be pretty solid here. You guys did not do a great job of fleeing. And don't just like sit there and continue fighting because they caught you. That's breaking, that's good. They're trying to fight you there, go help them out. Knights, why don't you back out? What the hell are you guys doing? Get in there. I need you to attack them. I need you to attack here. Just make sure the general doesn't die, please. We should be able to just mop that up. Like, that's not a particularly difficult fight to win. Okay, so you guys, I don't know, keep fighting. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get in here and break them. You join that fight. You guys are killing me here. Nope, I want you in there. Oh man, what a mess. Okay, well, we're winning. We need to kill their general, though. That's something we haven't done yet, and he's done a pretty good job of hanging back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you two go after him, because you don't have a whole lot else to do. And then why don't you harass those guys from behind while they harass them from the front? Alright, what are you guys doing? Just standing there? Why don't you charge them? You guys should have that wrapped up. You knights go after the archers. Where are you guys going? I don't know. Everybody go after their general. We do want to take out as many of these men as we can. We don't want to let them off the hook here, because this is not a siege battle, so they will recover and they will continue fighting. How about you guys get over there? You guys are just standing around. Fight somebody. Okay, go, go, go. How are we doing? You guys are gonna break. Oh, they're throwing stuff at you. Okay, that changes things a little bit, doesn't it? Mop them up. Make sure you get all of them. You guys are not great at engaging, are you?
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
They will. I'm sending all my cavalry at their general. Should be more than enough to break them. Let's see how you guys do over here. Okay, well, I think that went pretty well. They did outnumber us by a pretty large margin, and we were able to beat them anyways. You need to stop shooting into that group.
The men are running, cowards.
Who's running? I wish you could click that and find out. That'd be pretty useful. Why don't you start shooting them? I think you already were, but whatever. Oh, these guys I think are the ones that broke. But they were already breaking. Come on, take them out. Get in there. Kill that damn general. We were already winning. What are you talking about, guy? 23 Huscarls left. Let's make that 0.
breaking off.
Kill that general, cavalry. I want him dead. I wish I had second wind. That would be a lot more useful than raise the banners.
We hunger for blood and battle.
Come on, break them. As soon as that general dies and those guys break, it's over. Not that we'd give up right away, but I do want to run down as many of these units as I can. Wow, did you let the general get that far away from you? We're not going to catch him. They're gone. Alright, well, given how exhausted my cavalry is, I don't think we're going to catch anybody. And most of these units are pretty much decimated anyways. So I'm going to let this one go as much as it kills me to do it. Their general is going to survive, but it is what it is. Heroic victory, that's what I like to see. So I don't normally keep these loading screens in, but I wanted to look at the numbers before they were completely wiped out. And I like seeing the kill displays over here. So 666 losses versus 3,400. So we did pretty well there. Basically 5 of theirs dead for every one of ours. And then one of these units, yeah, 380 kills on these guys. And then some of the knights had, yeah, look at that, 584, 469. And they only took like, they start with 90, so they only took about 20 losses each. So for every 20 knights killed, they killed basically like more than 200 men. And the men-at-arms did pretty well. They took less losses. I think they were in the fight a lot less than the knights, where the knights went first. The archers actually didn't do as well as I would have hoped. 222 or 221 is not bad, but like these guys 73, and they lost a lot of men. I think the enemy archers were focus firing these guys. I think that's what happened. 131, 166 there. Not terrible. I'm really impressed with the bill sergeants though, and then you guys didn't do all that great, but I wouldn't really expect them to get kills. That's not their job. And then the general himself, 342, well, his unit anyways. So overall, that was a really successful fight for us. I'm going to take the replenishment.
Ready for orders.
And that should severely handicap them into the next turn. Alright, so our ally is being declared on by the Kingdom of Powys, which is unfortunately going to draw us into a war that we don't really want because it's the next faction north. I would have preferred to deal with these guys before we were drawn into that, but my idiot, well, actually it was the Earl of, excuse me, Nottingham. It wasn't even the Earl of York. The Earl of Nottingham trespassed on his on their territory, but the Earl of York didn't, so I don't know why they're targeting him, but we have to do this. I can't break the alliance, so we'll see what happens. They don't have much of an army though, so maybe it was for the best. Alright, so we of course have our heroic victory there. Offa leveled up from that, as I would have expected. The war was declared, and our royal court in Winchester is complete. So, let's see. I would really prefer that you guys not take that. Shoot. I don't want them to take that city. I need to draw them away from it, because I don't want them to get stronger. I want them to be weaker. That way I can either take them by force when I have to, or I can get them to join us peacefully. But let's take care of his level up first. And we did finish recruiting. That's good. So it didn't interrupt our recruitment. Let's give you some cunning, man. Kind of need it. And then what does this do? Personal influence, tax rate. You're not a governor, so that doesn't help. Let's see here. See, this, I think I mentioned in the last episode, I'm running 2 different Attila series right now, so I keep losing track of which ones I said what in. But I was talking about governors, or a certain skill set, and I don't know, like this is the more Roman one, I think. Whereas we had another character that had like the Barbarian Kingdom skill set. The Barbarian Kingdom skill set is very good for generals. This one is better for governors because they have increased tax rate, lower construction costs, and then boost to public order. A lot of good stuff for governors, whereas the other one doesn't really have any of that. There's a couple things for public order, I think, but there's not really anything for construction costs or tax rate. I think you get a little bit of public order and a little bit of food, which is less useful. But I should have gone down this tree. I couldn't get far enough down it anyways, but campaign movement range is obviously huge, and you can get up to 20%. So that is a very good one for generals. And then this is pretty good as well. But we'll split the difference there. And let's see, 20 armor for the commander's unit. Hell yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so we've got our extra knights, our catapult, and our footly, or not our footly, our foot knightly retinue. And so we're going to attack their village here. And we're going to have to fight this one on the battlefield as well, because I don't see the auto-resolve going particularly great for us. We probably would win, but it would be ugly. And I think I could do better. So I'm going to just continue the encirclement for the time being. And then I need to figure out how to get them off of that city. I don't think that they have enough men to take it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the army has 16, so they do outnumber them. But they do have a walled city, so maybe they're just encircling it and they can't take it. I don't know, I'm concerned about that though. So let's see here. Are you married? You're not. So he could be a potential husband for her. Chance of having children is really low. Hurts his authority too. Yeah, she's not very good. But we don't want to just marry her off. Although that would be a great way to sabotage a king, is to give him her as a wife, and then he wouldn't be able to have children, or would be a lot less likely to anyways. But we'll keep her around for now. It's a great way to bring people into the family, if nothing else. So yeah, I might use it for Weberg down the line or something. Is there anything? It's just going to boost armor, which he doesn't need. Do all of you guys have positions? You do. Okay. And then we have a patron who would make a pretty solid governor, powermonger, and fearless warrior. So really nothing to do here. Anybody getting a little bit too powerful for their own good? No. He's got the most influence, but it's not like a lot. Okay, how about diplomacy then? Trading with you, that's about all we can do at the moment. You guys are starting to like me a lot more, so that's good, and it's improving by quite a bit actually. So what I'm going to try to do in maybe the next episode is I might cut these guys loose. In fact, that's something that we could try. Yeah, I mean, we are basically out of time, so we'll try it in the next episode, but I'm thinking of maybe cutting them loose and then asking them to join our empire. We do have quite a bit of money to throw at them. Yeah, I could throw basically 5,000 gold at them. And that would make this army mine, which would resolve that issue, and then we would get Litchfield and Lincoln, as well as all of their generals. Which I've messed around with it, and I've actually gotten, I'm not sure who's commanding this. I think it's their Sinric, so maybe not. I have gotten the leader of the faction to join my faction, and I actually was able to get him to marry one of my daughters, so I actually brought him into my family. It was pretty funny. It wasn't these guys though. I don't remember what faction I was playing, but it was funny. I got basically the leader of another faction to be in my family and work for me, and I thought that was pretty cool. So we'll try that in the next episode. There's really nothing else for us to do diplomatically. I'm still trying to get on better terms with the Holy Roman Empire. If we could make them like defensive allies, that'd be great. Same with the Kingdom of France. But they tend to be difficult to deal with because they don't like the fact that we are dealing with the Duchy of Brittany. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. But, yeah. In my past experience, they were difficult to deal with. There's a lot of factions that they don't like, and it's difficult to basically deal with anybody without crossing them to...
Thou speak plainly, for we are an honest folk.
we might be able to get a trade in with them. Let's try it. No? Well, I'm not going to offer them any money for it, so if they're not willing to take a non-aggression pact with a trade, then I'm not going to do it. Anywho, we're going to end it here, and next episode, we're going to try that business with the Earl of Nottingham, as well as taking Carwent for ourselves. Again, we should be able to win this as long as we don't auto-resolve it, and I'm really hoping that he accepts our invitation, because I don't want them to take this city and then me have to conquer this later because they're not willing. The thing is, if they're too powerful, they won't accept my invitation. So if they end up taking that, they probably never will. That's why I want to do it now. We'll work on these guys later. They don't like me as much, so it would be more difficult. And they're not posing any immediate threat to our conquests, so I think we'll be fine. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.